Hello everyone and welcome to God of War 2018. This is going to be a quick guide on how to get the platinum, a quick summary of what to be expecting. The game's easy if you select the easiest difficulty. There's no difficulty related trophies, so you can play the whole game on easy. There are also a ton of collectibles which you need to collect, which could take about 10-15 hours. Getting all the collectibles rewards you with most of the trophies. There's a few hard parts in post-game, but with a few tricks it can be made a lot easier. With that said, let's dive right into the first step. Also, a quick note, there will be minor spoilers, very minor spoilers, which are going to show up in the later steps. Now then, step 1. Play the game on the easiest difficulty while collecting everything you see. From the main menu, when you start a new game, just select the easiest for the smoothest ride. There's no difficulty related trophy, so pick whatever you want. I chose Give Me a Story, which is the easiest difficulty. And from here on, just play however you like. You can collect stuff, do side missions, or just explore the game however you want. However, if you just want to get through it quickly, then don't collect anything, don't do any side missions, just head towards the main goal. I would recommend collecting everything you see, even if it's not tied to the trophy. The reason for this is because money's needed for post-game where you have to face some of the hardest enemies in the game. These enemies are called the Valkyries. Valkyries are seen much later in the game, and they are pretty tough to take down. Even on easy mode, they could be quite challenging. The collectibles that are tied to trophies consist of these ravens that you have to pick off from a distance by throwing your axe. There are artifacts found on dead bodies, these shrines that you have to open up, lore markers, which are these blue writings that are found on stone tablets and you have to let Atreus read them. They're also found on walls and other surfaces in the game, so be on the lookout. There are also treasures you have to dig up. To dig up a treasure you have to first find a scroll which gives you a clue to where the treasure may be, and once you found it, dig it up, and that's one down. There's a lot of back and forth while grabbing these treasures, so if you see any scrolls, then it's best to grab them early, saving you time in the long run. During the game you'll also see these chests with symbols on them. These are called Nornir chests, and the way I'm opening this chest is by matching the symbols on the chest with these structures that display a symbol, and you have to use the axe to change these symbols to what's shown on the chest. There are other ways of opening these types of chests, but this is just one example. These chests either contain apples or horns. Collecting 3 apples increases your health, and collecting 3 horns increases your rage. There are 2 trophies, one to maximize your health and one to maximize your rage. Now these chests over here are called legendary chests. They can either give out armor, resources, runes, talismans, whichever. However, there is no trophy saying collect every single legendary chest. However, I still recommend collecting all legendary chests, just so you can get the items there and sell it for money, which you're going to be needing for post-game. There are many things to do, the world is massive, and there are some areas that you can't get to without having a certain ability unlocked. So I would say leave the collectibles until you've beaten the game. Just collect everything you see along the way, because once you beat in the game, you'll be all powered up, you got all the abilities you need, and you can access all other areas of the game. And once you've done all that, we can move on to step 2. Step 2, Collectibles and Favours. Now that you've been in the game, you can access all other areas. Now there's no way to reveal collectibles on the map. There's no maps to buy, there's no things to find that will help you find collectibles, nothing like that. So 2 ways of doing this: 1, explore every nook and cranny of the game, or 2, use a collectible walkthrough. I would recommend the collectible video guide walkthrough, wherever you want to use, to find those collectibles. There are lots of collectibles to find and it'll take around 10 to 15 hours, but it has to be done if you want that platinum. The way to fast travel in this game is by using these gates. You use them to fast travel to other gates you find on the map, so be sure to find every single one of these as you go collectible exploring. Now these favors are the game's side quests. These will be indicated by a blue icon when you're near an NPC. You have to do every single favor for trophies. One example of these favors are from these dwarves that you buy stuff from. They tell you to go somewhere and do something. Doing all the favors for the dwarves unlocks one final favor for them. It unlocks armor that can be bought from their store, and this is the armor that I pretty much use for the rest of the game. It's the Sindri's Royal Dwarven set, because it reduces cooldown time for your Runic Attacks, which is the most useful thing you can use for the Valkyries that you're going to have to face in the game. Also, this is where the majority of that money goes to, buying the armor and upgrading it and getting yourself all prepped for the Valkyries. Once you grab all the collectibles, it's the final step, step 3. complete the Muspelheim, however you pronounce it, and Niflheim realms, and also kill the Valkyries. So to find the Valkyries, you would see these doors as you play through the game. To get through them, you're going to need this pick, which you will get later on in the game. And all you gotta do is hit the R2 button when the pick glows, and then you open the door. Every single one of these comes equipped with this long-ass elevator ride, and once you take it down, you'll be greeted with a mystic gate, so now you can fast travel in and out of this area, so you don't have to take that long elevator ride. And then of course, the Valkyrie in the center of the room. Now before I continue, let me show you what I'm packing for these Valkyrie boss fights. These are the runes I'm using, fully upgraded, use XP to upgrade them. I mainly fitted my gear with things that maximize my cooldown. And here are the Blades of Chaos, these are the runes, fully maxed out to level 3. You get plenty of XP and money as you go through the collectibles, so don't worry about the XP. And here's the armor. This is the Sindri's Dwarven Royal set. Maximize the slots with stuff that upgrades the cooldown. I could have upgraded the Sindri's armor set to level 7, but I didn't think I needed it and just went ahead. And for Atreus, I didn't upgrade his armor one bit, and I maximized all my skills for every single weapon. Then I went ahead, killed every Valkyrie. As you do this, make sure you use all your rune attacks, because as you use your rune attacks, you're pretty much invincible. So keep swapping weapons, and use the rune attacks when they're available. That's the trick to winning, is the rune attacks. That's why you want your cooldown to be as quick as possible, so you can quickly use them again. One other thing to mention is your rage mode. Once the Valkyrie has low health, just use rage mode to finish it off, because your rage mode doesn't do that much damage, but it keeps you invincible, and it's a safe way to finish the fight. But that isn't the hardest enemy. Once you kill all 8 Valkyries, you have to face the 9th and final Valkyrie, which is the Valkyrie Queen. So before I faced the Valkyrie Queen, I had to prep. I upgraded my armor once to 6+. It would have been better to upgrade it to maximum, which is 7, but I ran out of money and it wasn't needed in the end anyway. To upgrade the armor I had to use Asgardian Steel, which is obtained by killing Valkyries, and they'll drop a bunch of resources, one of them being Asgardian Steel. If you need money, then you can sell all those artifacts you collected, all the resources that you don't need, any runes you don't need, any talismans you don't need, just anything you don't need, you can sell. One thing I highly recommend buying is a Berserker Resurrection Stone. What happens is, when you die, you press a square button and then Atreus will resurrect you. And with the Berserker Resurrection Stone, it will resurrect you with full rage, which you can use immediately. So once you kill all 8 Valkyries, so a quest marker will be telling you to come here to the Council of Valkyries, and then this is where you'll fight the Valkyrie Queen. What makes this Valkyrie a lot harder is that it takes much longer to die, and it moves around way too much. It took me a few attempts, but I managed to pull it off. So this is my winning attempt at the Valkyrie Queen. I use some Runic Attacks. They do the most damage. Just dodge all her attacks. And when that red flash appears, when she's about to attack, that means an unblockable attack. And from there I just use a rune attack, and when I use a rune attack I can't be damaged. So it's a safe way to defend yourself. And with Atreus, make sure you keep pressing the square button, which lets him shoot arrows, which stuns the Valkyrie Queen. Just keep that in mind while you fight her. Right here I use a talisman which slows down time, holding L1 and circle. And this allows me to get any health that's around the area, get some free hits on the boss. Also when my health is low I use rage, because this increases my health as I attack her. It's best to use rage when she's on low health, but since I was on low health, and the Berserker Resurrection Stone that I have maximizes my rage once I come back to life, so I might as well use rage when I have low health.
Another tactical retreat.
And here's where I die and use my resurrection stone. She's almost down, and that's when I had to use my resurrection stone and got my rage back. I use my rage either if her health was almost down, or if I'm low in health. And as you can see, I've almost died there. So I activated my rage, get some health back, and with the rage all I'm doing is just tapping R1 just so I can keep on punching her. And once you're able to press R3 on her, it's over, you won. So yeah, that was the hardest part of the game, even on easy mode. But with some practice and using those runes, it makes it a lot easier. And the last thing to do are those two realms, Muspelheim and Niflheim. In Muspelheim, all you gotta do is complete 11 trials. These trials can consist of kill all enemies without taking a hit, kill enemies in quick succession, kill enemies before time runs out, that sort of thing. And once you complete 2 trials, you ascend up the volcano until you get to the very top. To unlock the final trial, you have to complete 3 impossible trials. There are 5 in total, and all you gotta do is just complete at least 3 of them. So it's best to pick the 3 easiest ones. For me, the impossible trials were 2, 3, and 5. I think those were the easiest ones. Once you complete one of those impossible trials, you receive a key from a chest. Once you collect 3 keys, take them all the way back to the top of the volcano to unlock the final trial. And then once you've done that, you get a trophy. And then you're done with this area. And finally, there's Niflheim. This place is the most annoying. The reason for this is because it requires grinding. So the thing that makes this area so annoying is that once you enter it, you have a time limit indicated by this bar on the top. Once it drops to 0, you're dead. What you have to do is run through this whole maze and collect this currency called Mist Echoes, which is found in chests throughout this whole maze. The trophy is to unlock all treasures in the center of this area, but to do that you need at least 68,500 Mist Echoes. Each run of this maze should get you around 10,000. Each run of the maze probably takes around 10 to 15 minutes, so it takes like an hour or a little over an hour to get everything you need. I mean, it's not a bad grind, but the thing that makes this area so annoying is that there are these traps in this area that one-hit you, and when you die, you lose all your Mist Echoes, and you start back at the beginning of the maze. So what I normally do is play it safe. I don't run in there thinking I could definitely make it. I would just wait until the walls collapse, then once they open up again, then you go through. And I do this for every trap. It might waste a bit of time, but it's worth it. So how I do this is I go clockwise throughout this whole labyrinth, collecting every single chest and killing all the enemies. Doing this will take me back to the entrance, and once you go back to the entrance, then all your Mist Echoes will be banked. So those will be kept safe. It's just the Mist Echoes that you have on you as you're in the labyrinth. Those are the ones that you can lose. But once you banked it, they'll be safe. One way to make this go a little quicker is when you kill enemies, you obtain items that you can sell at the merchant at the entrance to the maze. Doing this can give you a couple thousand Mist Echoes, which will save a lot of time. So I would highly recommend doing that. Not even highly recommend, you need to do that. That saves a lot of time. And once you have the right amount of Mist Echoes and open all the chests in the center, then the trophy is yours. And from here on, you should have almost every trophy, if not every trophy, depending on what you've been doing. For me, the last trophy I had to do was craft some armor, which I forgot to do. And once I'd done that, platinum was mine. And that's God of War 2018. Not a hard game by any means. It's just the Valkyries that are the hardest bit, and with those tricks you can beat them with a few attempts. As long as you're playing the game on the easiest difficulty, you will have no problems at all, except for the Valkyries. And now we know how to beat them. So thank you for watching, I hope this helped, and I shall see you all in the next Platinum.